Okay. Um. Well, maybe you're right back. Oh, that's not good. What is running? Hold on, let me see what this is. All right, well, to investigate this. I don't know. Is I don't know what happened. I don't know why my hard drive's so full. All of this stuff is like nothing until you get to like all of this stuff. Did I just install too many packages or something? I feel like I don't install that many. And then this has like a bunch of Flatpak. I don't even know what this comes from. Repo? Objects? Let's do a quick Google search. Arch Linux cleanup Flatpak objects. I don't even know what I installed from Flatpak. Uninstall unused. Nothing unused. Arch Linux. How to see what I've installed with Flatpak. Flatpak list. Hold on. It's literally empty. The problem is Flatpak is using what's up, Vegas Deagle? How's it going, buddy? Flatpak can use a lot of space, like 14 gigabytes, even if you think nothing's installed, because it bundles a lot of large runtimes, GNOME, KDE platforms, and dependencies apps. Oh, it might be a part of GNOME then. sudo flatpak repair. I should have just gotten a bigger hard drive. Ah, crap. We're on Christmas break right now? Nice. I'm also on Christmas break too. I am also on Christmas break. Man, this sucks. Why is this doing this? The problem is my disk is so used, I like can't. User lib. I don't think I ran anything. Like, I don't think I've installed anything for a while. What's in cache? Pac-Man cache? I just don't understand what's filling up. I could clear this maybe. It's just crazy that this takes so much. That's nice though. Are you back home with your folks for Christmas? See, it's crazy because I do flat pack list and it's nothing. Let's just see. Let me look at Arch. Oh, I can do this over here. Sorry. Arch Linux. How to see what depends on a package. QI. Hold on. This command provides detailed info for install package including required by. Okay. Required by malcontent. What is malcontent? It's gonna be some AUR thing, I bet. Extra. Oh, it's part of the GNOME group. So it's like, it's crazy. I need Flatpak because of this package. And then Flatpak takes 14 gigabytes to install like nothing, I guess. Maybe I need to do sudo Flatpak list. I don't know, man. It's not Flatpak. It's just the application's currently running in Flatpak. No, you need Flatpak because half your apps are installed in Flatpak. Is that like a GNOME thing? It's just crazy that you can't list what it is. Like you can't list what's using Flatpak. Let me just do Pac-Man, clean up space. We'll try to do something. I don't know. I like how this is the video like image. Bum bum. Do I dare just use an AI recommended command? It's not super. Oh, installed as dependencies, but no longer needed. Remove everything. Removes all cached, even installed ones. Use carefully. Remove uninstalled packages. The problem is I did this recently. Flatpak equals Ubuntu Snap, but not proprietary, basically. I just don't understand what, because I'm using Arch Linux. I don't know why I'm, unless Pac-Man's installing them as Flatpaks, or it's a GNOME thing. I don't know. Can't install Pac-Man. Commands are always single letter, so you can't use basic deduction and know what they do. Flatpak list shows the install apps for me. Is it not for you? It shows nothing. So I don't, like that's why I'm confused, because it's I have Flatpak installed. I can't see any packages installed through Flatpak, but I have a package that requires Flatpak to run. So I just don't know like what's, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I'll uninstall Clang or something like that. Clang 18. I just don't like, I doubt this is that big. Electron might be large. Watch this like crash my freaking stream or something. Open the 11 gigabyte folder. Well, it's 14 gigabytes, but repo, objects, and then just like numbers. It's like maybe it's cloned the entire Flatpak repo or something to my computer, so it doesn't have to fetch it. I don't know. Like, I'm just not really sure what this is. But at least I installed maybe half of what's Argon 2. I don't want to uninstall stuff I don't know. JS sounds like JavaScript. LLD, like I guarantee you, don't I need this? I don't know. Lua 51. Tiny XML. I doubt that's large though. Wayland protocol, WebSockets, things. I don't know, man. But we got 500 megabytes, so that's not terrible, I guess. I got to his crypto hashing. Yeah, I just don't know who's using this stuff, or if it's like old things that nobody's using. I'm not sure. I thought my hard drive was large, but maybe it's only 128 gigabytes. Or do I have one over here? Working on system, checking remotes, pruning objects. Oh, now it's saying I have a ton. I'm so confused. Or wait, now I don't see the Flatpak stuff anymore. Var. Where was it? It was in. Or was it? Am I doing the wrong one? It was in home folder? I don't remember how I set this up. I think maybe I did a oh, I could clear the Go build cache maybe. Yeah, my Go build cache is 16 gigabytes. But I think that's on a different hard drive. Like I'm pretty sure I have my home on a different hard drive than my OS. Well, like now it's showing that I have 114 out of 150. I don't know, man. That's strange. But now I don't see Flatpak anymore. Maybe that fixed it. Lib. I don't remember where it was. Cache? Pac-Man? Package? The problem is really not that much. So strange. I don't know. What's it? df.h or something? Yeah, I've got like 600 here, and then on my root, I've got 107 now. I don't know what that pop-up was from then. Maybe it's my temp fs folder is full or something like that. I don't know. Whatever. Was it du.sh? Okay, now it's only 88 megabytes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was then. Maybe I had something installed and I uninstalled it, and now the Flatpak things were just dangling. I don't know. That's crazy. That was like 14 gigabytes though. Whatever. That was way longer than I thought it was going to take. Okay. Oh yeah, Christmas patch. I've been working on decorations, so let's do that. Flatpak probably left you a bunch of dangles, or you removed a bunch of supporting files. Yeah, I guess we'll find out when I reboot my computer in 5 years. Oh gosh, I'm so screwed. Nah, it's whatever. I wish it was easier to reinstall OSs without losing like all of your configurations. I mean, these little like Christmas trees. But then these ones will stay. These wintry trees will stay for the other side. But yeah, this biome needs new mobs, because right now it's just sharing the Brimfang Wild mobs, which this is Brimfang Wild, which looks a little bit bare. I want to add a little bit more to it, but I don't know if I'll get it in the next patch. And then Whispering Cliffs, I add these little bamboo shoots, which I think looks pretty good. I need to add a few more mobs to this area, so like more types. What's up, Mighty Baka? Got you live after so long. I know it has been a while. I try to stream like twice a week or something like that. Also, this is what the lanterns are looking like. They stand out a little bit too much, but it is kind of is what it is. What's up, Dracula? That's why you leave it as default. Easy to reinstall. Yeah, I mean, I even like mounted the root directory to a different hard drive than I mounted my files. That way I was hoping it would be easier to just, what's it called? Just reinstall the OS and leave everything else. So I'll fully stock Debian and call it a day. Yeah, I'm too much of an Arch Linux snob. Sorry. So Frostpale Crest needs mobs. I added the little Candy Cane guys, which look pretty good. And then I need to do a set piece for this. I'm going to make this the Christmas event set piece. I could just install Debian and then just put my logo as Arch Linux on the background. Nobody would ever know. Nobody would ever find out. They'd be none the wiser. Ubuntu is so cursed though. It uses Snap for everything by default, which is so bad because it even runs firmware updater as a snap. I didn't know that. I think all of my servers run either Ubuntu server or they run Debian, I think. And I use Snap to install stuff, which is kind of convenient. I just wish it was, I don't know. I guess I don't really understand why it's not easier than it is, but it's kind of painful and annoying to wrangle a bunch of computers where like you pretty much want the same exact setup. There's always like one little thing where like it's got a different IP address. So now is it sudo apt install? Well, you sudo apt install snap, and then you in snap like certbot or things like that. But I meant for a while, really satisfied. Yeah, Mint was one of the first ones I ever used. Blood use Ansible? Yeah, right. I looked at Ansible. I mean, it looks fine. I kind of have my own little version of it though. The problem is like, I don't know. I hate when I have to learn some like proprietary scripting thing, and like if Ansible was like more declarative and less like I'm just running a script on a remote file, then I'd probably use it. I think it was just the certbot package that I had to install on Debian, the certbot for Let's Encrypt for HTTPS certs. I think I needed it just for that. Everything else was fine though. That's kind of weird. This rock is just on the water or the ice. Ansible is not proprietary and is declarative. I'm using it. Literally uses state keeping. It'll figure out what needs to change. You're just declaring desired state. Yeah, maybe I didn't understand how Ansible worked then. Because from what I was reading about it, it seemed like you would like hand write your bash script to like do something, and then it would just go run that. But maybe I didn't look into it deeply enough. All right, new mobs. I was kind of playing around with a few ideas up here for what the mobs could look like. I'm not really sure though. I think this is a good one. A little a little frozen skeleton guy. I could also make the wolves instead of white. I could do like a blue. I'm curious how that would look. The white doesn't stand out super well, so I didn't really like that. Let's see what that looks like. That looks better, I think, than white. I think the white's just gonna be too hidden. I also tried to make like this little frozen guy. It didn't turn out super great, but it's a good little experiment. I think this looks good though. I wonder if I can use this as like head on like something like that. That could be a monster, I think. Yeah, blue looks better. Ice cube. This can be like an abominable snowman. I think there. Throws snowballs. Yeah, the problem with using white bullets on a white background is no one's ever going to see them. All right, I like this. And and the problem is I don't like that these are just copy pastes of Brimfang Wild's monsters. But we could do like maybe like a few blue monsters. Like maybe we'll do this one. Probably do this one. Let's just grab the ones we want to do. We'll do that one. We'll do that one. We'll do this one. Maybe we'll do this one too. That you're a pro in multiplayer? How hard is it to make RuneScape clone? Um, I mean, the hard part with a game like RuneScape is the amount of content you have to build. I don't think the networking for something like RuneScape is probably not that hard. Just because the tick rate's so slow. It's like 0.6 seconds, I think. Yeah, there's just a lot of content to RuneScape. So like if you want to make a RuneScape clone, you're gonna be like 5 years of just doing content just to even get close to what they have. They also have they're super good at keeping content relevant, if that makes sense. Like a lot of even the very, very old content is super relevant to the game. Like everyone progresses through the old content to get to the newer content, right? So it's like it's not like other MMOs where you do the next expansion and all the old content goes away, basically. At least that's what I've heard. I haven't played very many other ones, so I don't know too much, but yeah. I kind of want to make that a little darker. Dink, 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 dink. Yep. AI generated quests. That's actually an interesting idea. You build some kind of I'm just trying to think of how this would work. The problem with that, I mean, like I could see how you might do like you build some kind of templating system to where people can just template out a full quest, and then okay, Web3 shill. What does this have to do with Web3 at all? You could do like if you make a template for how your quests operate, then you could have AI generate stuff like that, right? So then you could just have you could like have the AI generate a bunch of storylines with all of these characters that you've already built. But then if you want your quests to have like unique things in them, you're kind of gonna have to go and do that, I think. We all know the Web3 hype people are the same people now hyping AI for every bloody thing in existence. Oh wait, you adding crypto to Mythfall. Yeah, I guess the way I mean crypto is so different from AI because AI actually has like use cases other than I'll be here. What was I gonna say? Crypto's like the use case for crypto is one of two things. It's like eventually gold is going to be like manufacturable because we're going to have some kind of like nuclear system that lets you manufacture gold. So gold loses all of its value, and we need some kind of cryptographic way to assign stable value to things. That's one way. And then like even in that sense, it might not end up being crypto that is the thing that people move to, but it could be. Like you could see it being something like that. Um, or it's like nuclear war destroys all payment centers and everyone, but somehow digital things still kind of survive, so we use cryptocurrency for it. Oh yeah, and then third use case is like money laundering. I was gonna say you can use crypto to pay for illicit substances, but at least that's what most of it seems to be used for. Yeah, yeah. I mean, for like money laundering and like buying illegal stuff for sure. That'd be the third use case. But it's either like we learn how to manufacture gold, or nuclear war destroys everything, or all civilization, or but none of them are like guarantees that crypto is going to be useful. It's just like it solves a very specific problem that like doesn't really need to be solved. So but yeah, I guess I don't really see it. It's like it's crypto's like a really really inefficient database. That's kind of how I see it technologically. So then like I think the reason that there's like this overlap of people hyping both AI and crypto is because they're just people who hype like new technologies. Probably like that's probably what they're more interested in is like new technology that they see potential in. Um, uh, but AI has like way more use cases than crypto does, like an enormous amount. Sitting on many GPUs, GPU pump method. What are you like sitting on them to sell them? The problem is GPU manufacturers like advance so quickly that your GPU becomes not useful, or not that's not useful, it just becomes less valuable over time. I see what you're saying now. Yeah. Pump GPUs by pumping AI and crypto. I know it is funny how GPUs are like they're like the connection of the Venn diagram of crypto and crypto and what's it called? AI. They both require tons of GPUs. Artificially gimped GPUs sold to customers. You know about all the RAM chips being produced. I wish. I have 32 gigs of RAM. I can't imagine using more than that. But somehow my computer still finds a way. I think it's because Chrome, but all right, let's make some mobs out of these, and then this will be for the Halloween. This will be for the Christmas event, and then was I gonna take any more from here? I don't like. I like these. I think these look good. These white ones, but I don't know if I could do this. It's like a little bit of a polar bear. I don't know. But anyways, I feel a little lazy reusing art, but I'd rather spend more time doing this fight. And then eventually go back and redraw how these look to make them a little bit more wintry. So first I came for the GPU, but I didn't say anything because I wasn't a gamer. Then they came for the RAM, but I didn't say anything because I wasn't a productivity user. Then they came for me, but nobody was left to say anything. What is that from? That's from like I've heard that. I just can't remember what it's from. That like pattern of whatever. But then nobody was here to say anything. Whew. Mob, bush, white. Or is it blue technically? Yeah. I mean, they're gonna call it winter or blue. I'm gonna do winter. Or I could do frost. I don't know. Whatever. Hold on, I need to remember which colors I used. I think I just start from the top. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. I started trying out anti-gravity. It's actually like pretty nice. It's pretty nice for simple things or like tedious things that you don't want to really do. Oh, it's not trimmed. Whatever. Export, or we'll do I don't know. I think I'm becoming more bullish on AI instead of hiring me, bruh. Dang. That one hits to the core. That one hits the soul. Wolf or beast man. Beast man, did I do winter? I'm gonna change to frost. Rename. Why are you becoming more bullish just when the bubble is about to pop? Oh, I know. I mean, like, not financially. I'm not like bullish. Sorry, I didn't mean it in like a stock market sort of way. I meant it in a I meant it in like a. I think eventually AI is going to be a like a big part of everyone's life. Why is this here? It's like this one got the wrong color. Load default palette. Okay, there we go. What goes with? I mean, I'll do green for this. Red, orange, white. I might just do like a dark. This. That's pretty good, I think. Um, I do think I do think there's going to be like a slowing where it's like the next AI leap is going to have to be. Do you see how anti-gravity can leak your keys? No, wait, how? Just because of the code it generates? I'm not bullish enough on AI to not to not review all the code it writes, but yeah, prompt injection code that sends your in to someone's webhook because they have my code base. But I don't have any key. I guess I gotta imagine they do some kind of isolation between people, right? If it goes to a if it goes to a web page for docs or something, there's a hidden text to send your keys to some endpoint. It goes to a web page for docs or something. Oh, it sees like a documentation page and it runs a command that sends my, like it thinks like that's the command it needs to run. Yeah, I mean, I have it on the mode where like I need to approve every single command it runs and what's it called? And all the changes that it'll do, like before it edits files and stuff like that. But I'm not going to use it for Mythfall or anything like that. There's no way I could handle that code base. I'm sure it can handle like some bits and pieces of it, but it's like even for the stuff I used it for, I used it to like make a little like website sort of thing, like CSS, HTML, and like a little bit of JavaScript. And it like does okay, right? And then like but then you have like two things that it needs to update. It needs to like realize that there's two things that use one thing and it like just doesn't know. So it fixes one of them and then like it doesn't fix the other one and I have to go fix it myself or something, you know? It's like it's okay. I just think I can just see in the future how it could get better, you know? But I do think there's gonna be some kind of slowing where what's it called? What color should this be? Black. I can see how there's going to be some kind of slowing, or I think there's going to be some kind of slowing where like we've done this massive leap of AI technology, and then there's going to be another like not AI winter necessarily, but like there's going to be a plateau effect, and then it's going to have to be the next like generational revolutionary leap to get to the next level. Oh, does this Beastman? Does he not have an attack animation? Do any of them have an attack animation? This guy does. Okay. This guy does not, though. I could do it a bit better than AI. I fix two things and leave one. All right, you're hired. You know what? You got the job. But it was a trick question. There's actually a third thing that you didn't realize exists. I mean, 2 years ago, I was thinking, man, I wish there was some software that I can input things and just have it output the full code. We're going fast on AI. Yeah, I mean AI has been improving a lot, but I feel like it's about as good as it was like a year ago. I don't know. Can AI controller add controller support to Mythfall, please? I mean, Glitch is open source. If you want to use an AI to write controller support for Glitch, then by all means. That said, though, what I'm probably gonna do, because I discovered there's this new repo. I discovered this GitHub. His name's like Brown. I know I posted this in our thing. Raylib, Golang, WebAssembly. Brown NPC, yeah. This guy had this idea where I think he builds Raylib as a WebAssembly module, and then he links to it through Golang code. So one thing I might do in the future is I might just move to Raylib. But I don't know how well supported this is because it's only like 37 commits and seems like relatively new. And I don't really see very much in the way of I just don't know. But anyways, he does something here that lets it that calls Raylib as like a separate WebAssembly module thing. Evident takes care of a lot more. Yeah, Evident just doesn't have like cameras and like things like that. That's just seem like really, really convenient to have, especially for when I have like really big maps. I think they do have some way to like batch geometry together, but I think it's mostly like instead of batching geometry, you draw all of your images to one image, and then you take that bigger image and draw it to another image. The nice part about Raylib is it already is very similar to how Glitch was structured. So I'd probably just rewrite the backend to use the Glitch backend to use Raylib um, instead of OpenGL. But I mean, it kind of is what it is. So I thought I just did this one. Maybe I did the other one. No, but I think Abbott Engine's fine. It's just like not my style of doing graphics programming, I guess. But I mean, it could just be I've not used it I've not used it enough to like appreciate how it does stuff. It might be it solves stuff better than I can even imagine. I don't know. What's up, Infinite Coder? What's up, Roger? Sorry, I had something blocking you guys, so I couldn't see. Unit time to rewrite to Unreal 5. Imagine ray tracing. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. Mob skeleton. How you guys doing today? Everyone having a good Monday? Everybody getting all their work done? All right, we have these three. That will make the Abominable Snowman elite. I want to say like snowman. Oh, we could do a snowman. That we should do that as well for Christmas. And then we'll go back to adding the Abominable Snowman. I'm gonna make it a little bigger of a base, though I think that this is like a decent circle. No, I think it needs to be more like oblong. One, two, three. Oh, I went to square mode for some reason. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. I hit S and it goes to square mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Real talk, have you ever seen snow in person? I've seen snow maybe less than 20 times, probably. So the art might not fit super super well. That's what you're getting at. Yeah, I mean I've just been like on ski trips and stuff like that before. So oh, you're just curious. Yeah, I gotcha. I thought you were looking at this bush that I tried to draw, and you're like, "Yeah, this kid's never seen snow." Once you see this thing, I need to move this so I can see the colors. I don't know why I could not do bushes. I could not do a. This bush doesn't look that good. I mean, they're not terrible, but they don't look like clumps of snow. So I ended up with this one. This is what I'm doing, and then this one as well. And then this was the tree. This was actually way easier. All I did was I did wand tool like this, and I just kind of like dusted it. I just went like dust, 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 and like it looks pretty good. My art is worse. Yeah, I basically did that for my pine tree. Oh, just colored it white. I mean, it just looks completely covered, which is fine. That's what I like wand so much. Yeah, the wand mode was super helpful for this because you can just pick the color you want to paint on and then paint on it. Oops. Okay. It's been a lot of art streams this past while. I want to make this go in a little bit more, I think, like that. I'm gonna do go ahead and just do like a balanced thing. I think that this is right. Have you guys seen this show, this TV show called Pluribus? Oops. 1, 2, there's that. Mm, not exactly. Oops. I think this one is too low. We'll do up one. Hold on. We did dun 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 dun. I think the head just needs to be wider actually. Are you trying to draw a snowman? Yeah, I am. Not terrible. Do you want to build a snowman? I think that's pretty good. I'll do this though. I feel like I just need to go down. This guy clearly hasn't seen much snow. Yeah, you're probably right. Mm, I don't know. Because it's top down, it's like 45-degree angled. I'm doing my best. Let's do this. I think one more. Even then it feels so squished to me for some reason. I guess I'm bad at managing stuff top down. Yeah, I mean, it's just an awkward angle. I think I could go down on both though. I mean, you just lose the circular part of it, I feel like. I don't know. I really need an odd width though. Because I need the nose to be orange. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll do an iteration. I'm gonna do a scarf. I make it a top. I make it so that top lumps cash out on the lower ones, and the more than the bottom parts are shaded. Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to do, but it didn't really come out as I planned. That's fine though. We'll give it. That's a little bit better. I feel like I can go up a bit though. This looks like the lumps are shaded individually. Yeah, we're doing our best here. I did a top hat. I think I have top hats drawn. Here's a top hat. Very side profile. We'll have to redraw this a little bit. We'll go like this maybe. The problem is it's so they're so dark that it's hard to even see it. I can maybe do this though. You just have a bunch of images with a bunch of things on them lying around. Yeah, I mean, I just draw stuff over time, and then I end up with a bunch of stuff, pretty much. This one. There. My nose itches. Okay. I think I can go down one. Nope. This up maybe, and then this. Did you already have a snowman from last Christmas, or are I thinking of Santa? You're thinking of Santa. I had this guy. I think you're thinking of Santa. Yeah. Thank you, Zoo, for the follow. Appreciate it, man. Welcome. You get to watch me struggle through some pixel art. It's not terrible. Let's make it one wider. I think. I wonder if I go inside. I think outside was better. Maybe not. He looks so wide-eyed. This isn't my best work, but it's pretty close. Just kidding. This might be one of my worst works. Let me just try this. I feel his hat feels too big, but I'm just gonna. I think this is good enough. It's just a decoration, anyways, so I'll leave it. Okay, let's go ahead and make the decoration now. Um, Struct snowman. Maybe there. I want to move this one. This is the mount point. I'll move it up a bit, and we'll trim. Okay. All right, we've got that now. Let's add the decoration. Prefabs, snowman. We'll do tree base and we'll just do struct snowman. And I'll throw this in our decoration group, which will be over here. This one doesn't need to mirror because it's mirrored already. Oh no, we can mirror. Then his what's it called will be on either side. His scarf will be on the right side or the left side, depending on how the mirror gets decided when it gets procedurally generated. All right, let's do that. So there's gonna be a few candy canes. There'll be a few snow people. Bum, bum. And then we'll work on what's it called? We'll work on that shadow's too large because it's inheriting from the tree. So we'll change the shadow to be whatever these guys get. I want to do base 1 by 1. default shadow. Oops. So we'll just throw the default shadow on the end of this. And we'll see. I hate when I go to this one because there's no upwards exit, so I have to run all the way down and then leave. I feel kind of sad because I love the fact, like I love this entrance. I think it's such a cool entrance, but I just hate this part. And I really don't have a solution for this part, so I think I'm just gonna change this so there's no stairs, but I don't know. Yeah, the build times are way, way better. What I ended up doing is what I do now is this. I have like a model. I have a model and this has all of my structs in it. And then small helpers. And it's basically just like data definitions though, right? And this is like this isn't necessarily one package, but the packages that are a part of the model are very minimal, I guess. I'll put it that way. Because then I have systems. These are like gameplay systems, physics systems, all of that stuff. All systems they pretty much only depend on models, right? And they don't really depend on each other. So systems are really complicated code usually, and I think Go takes a long time to compile this part of the project. This part is really quick because there's not really any optimizations that need to happen. There's not really any functions. It's just data definitions. So this compiles really fast now. Then I have configs. This is like my assets configs. Like for example, when I defined like these decorations and stuff like that you see here. Like these are just building configs of components that get put into an object, right? And this is completely independent. It's just for the assets part of the build. And then I kind of have another small layer, which is called maybe, man, I just had a word for it. And then I talked about this and then I forgot what it was. Systems. It's like some kind of layer, something layers, like the word in my head is infrastructure layer, but it's not infrastructure layer. It's like I'll just call it like a query layer. And sometimes systems use this, and this is just like a common set of functions that aren't really a part of the model, are more just used by systems to like accomplish some complicated tasks. So like the model might be like a position type, a monster type, and then I might have a query layer that's like, get me all of the nearest monsters. So it'll look for all of the monsters that have a position that are in like the same chunk as you, and then it'll filter all of those. So it's like a little bit more of a complicated function that multiple systems might depend on. So breaking it up like this really helped make things build faster. Because if you change your model, pretty much everything has to rebuild that needs it. If you change a system, though, not much needs to rebuild. If you change configs, not much needs to be rebuilt. So it's kind of nice. Hold on. Yeah. So this is kind of how I'm modeling stuff for the future, I think. Originally what I was trying to do was I was trying to make like these super independent model plus system. But the problem is you end up with like another model plus system that depends on this one. And then if this one depends on that one, then you end up merging these two together and you have one big package, right? The thing that takes the longest probably to compile is this section. And then, but this one's so independent, you could break this into multiple different query layers, if that makes sense. But this one ends up being a lot just because it's kind of more complicated functions and a lot of things depend on it. So, but yeah. Yeah, originally I was pretty apprehensive about putting my models in just one big package, but really this works pretty well. Then I have like client models, I have server models, I have common models, I have different sorts of models that do different sorts of things. And they're really simple, really fast to build, which is really helpful. Anyways, I forgot what I was changing. Helps getting close to 1.0. Yeah, true. Oh yeah, I changed the snowman's shadow and we were gonna go look for it, I think. Oh, there's a snowman, but he's covered. Oh, there's one. That looks decent. I might not add a collider for it actually. I might just make it a decal. Like object layer decal, but you can just run through it because it's small enough to where like do you really need to run like make it invisible like a tree is you get invisible? Well, let's do that. We'll just make it a regular thing. Um I don't think these get colliders, but I might be wrong. Base one by one. Oh no, it does. Hold on. Object asset, base object. Static. Yeah, we'll do a base object, not one by one. Or object asset, I guess. I want to do it for the candy cane as well. I didn't realize that had a collider on it. Okay, cool. I like that. It's so nice doing your assets like this because you can just like build a little thing of like, for example, all of my trees. Just I call this function. I give it a GID, and then which is a global ID that I use just to differentiate assets. I give it like a base, and then I give it um the sprite file name. And like voila, I've got like a brand new tree. And then I just had to draw it. So I'm really happy with the setup. There's really not a better way to organize assets like this other than like I don't know, like the alternative would be like just have tons of YAML files or something. But it's nice to just call a function and have it generate everything for you based off of like a really minimal set of requirements. I have a macro in Emacs that just generates GIDs. So I just do like this. It just generates like a random, however many digits number this is in hex. It's like a UUID. It's like I'm just generating a UUID. It just needs to be coded someplace. And I don't use YAML files, so I just I don't want to use file name because then it's linked. If I want to change the name of this, I can now. Yeah, I just do Control C I and it generates my GID. It's pretty helpful. Okay, I think we need to do monsters next because we drew a few. I don't think I made any files for them yet. Oh no, I did make files for these ones. I didn't make it for this one yet though. Then this will have to be for a set piece. The Christmas event, we'll do that. And but they'll just do these three and then this one. Let's do this guy next. I think I have similar ones. Bush. Oh, excuse me. I mean, Mob Snowman Big. I don't really know how to spell abominable. And I don't know if I want to be typing abominable a bunch. Oops. Oh, Yeti. That's pretty good. Um, I like it. Glad Roger's here to always give me the right words. Roger's my word guy. My words guy. All right. I usually just chop them off at the knuckle and then paste them in. That way I can keep the walk cycle. Let's go through and recolor. Oops, we'll do this. Make sure we get all of them. Oops. There's that. Attack animation. I swear one day I will go through and draw attack animations, but at least for bosses I probably will. For regular mobs though, I might just make a programmatic flash thing. I don't know. I just have so many mobs. Like there's just so many. This is just the S ones with SS in them. Mob. I should have so many mobs to do attack animations for. The flash is just so convenient. Okay, we have our Yeti. Oh, forgot to color that. All right, we good. All right, let's do we'll make a Frostveil crest. Biome monsters now. We'll just copy it from, I'm trying to think. We'll copy it from another biome, I guess. Copy it from maybe what was one of the latest ones we did? Sunscript Sands. Oops. Hold up Grug. Oh, Pits 1. Okay. Hold on, I need to make sure I do these. We have Bush, Beastman, and then Skeleton with Frost on them. So we'll just do the like Bush first, I guess. Maybe I'll go to like Forgotten Grove, or no, we'll go to what's it called? Gumbo Forest. I thought I had a bush in here. Maybe it is in Forgotten Grove. Or maybe it's a part of Mothlit. I don't know. I just like to copy monsters that are like kind of similar to the one I'm building. Right, Frost Veil, Health, Medium. Let's replace the word Golem Sand with Golem Sand with Bush Frost. All right, we obviously have to add these ones in because I haven't added those yet. So we'll go to calm balance. We need to add healths. This also gets separated into 3 different parts. One is for mountain is going to be replaced with Brimfang. Mountain replace with Frost Veil. Mountain replaced with a Whispering, which is Whispering Cliffs. That's the monk biome. And I'll just have to slowly migrate this stuff around, but yeah, we'll do Frost Veil Health, Medium. Or no, am I doing yeah, the wrong names, I guess. We'll just do this. Hold on. Small with SM. Medium with MD. Large with LG. Elite stays the same, and then boss I think I do manually. We just have regular mobs because each boss has like, sometimes you make the health really high. If it's doesn't have very much invulnerability phases, but you might make the health really low if it's got a bunch of invulnerability phases, a bunch of minion phases, stuff like that, you know? So yeah. All right, let's look at loot. Loot, loot. I might just give it mountain mob. No, I think I want to Scorpion Way, Sunscript Sands, Dust Burrow Dunes. You know, I kind of have a pattern. I guess let's go ahead and just make these. We'll have to migrate these as well. With Frostveil Crest, Dust Burrow Dunes with Whispering Cliffs. All right. Obviously, all of these need items, so let me add that to my to-do list. Go ahead and copy this. That way we remember it. All right, we'll migrate this from to tier 4, which is the mountain area. All right, that's now tier 4. Drops. Then each one has its own little special loot table, which will have the big items for that. So, and then this should now work. Oh, this would be medium MD. Okay. Frost, bush, frost. Frost creature. I don't know. Okay. Bush, frost. 1. Collider will do 8. Bush frost, sunscript, health large. Nope, we'll do medium. Then we just need a state machine for it. I think for now I'm just going to leave that blank. And oh, I'm missing a parentheses. That's why. I was like, why is there an error there? I just want to get them all in, and then I'm going to add the behaviors. I don't really know what to name this thing, but let's just see if we have a build going, and then we can adjust if we need to, because we did just change a lot of stuff. That way, when I copy paste, I'll be a little convenient that it'll build. All right, it did build. Just a good sign. Let's go ahead and just delete all these. All right, the next one is going to be Beastman. We got a skeleton. This could be an ice wolf. This could be an ice skeleton. I don't remember if I changed these. Maybe I did. Skeleton frost. And then we'll have our, what's it called? The Yeti. I'll probably make this as 2x scale. And then we'll make this Collider 16 or something like that. It'll be a lot larger. That's the radius. Monster Yeti. Okay. Let's go to the, I think the file's called manager. Or no, then I do monsters. That's right. Okay. Yeah, Frostvale Crest. We'll add these new monsters now. Frostvale dot monster Yeti. That's the elite. So we'll have a lower drop rate. I'm gonna leave it at 10. Just so I can see him for testing more easily. Because what'll happen is I'll make it more rare, then I'll have to run around for like 5 minutes to find one. Bush. Okay. We have the bush frost, the beastman frost, the skeleton frost, and we have the Yeti. All right. right, let's run that and see if we can actually see these guys. They should just be standing there because they have no behavior tree yet. So they won't do anything, but they'll at least be plopped down in the cold snow. Oh, look, we got a snowman on here. That's crazy. All right, there's that one. This is obviously wrong. He looks scaled up by 2, which is kind of weird. It does make me feel like I could make more variations just with larger and bigger sizes of the same art. But it must be this one. I must have just have skeleton instead of Yeti. All right, so we'll go back to that and check. But let's just look for the other ones. We got the wolf guy, and the bush guy. All right, let's see if the Yeti gets fixed. All right, these guys look pretty big. They look pretty menacing. Does Forgotten Grove have those? Or no, is it in Fungal Grove? No, that's mostly mushrooms. What's in Forgotten Grove? I didn't think I had the. Maybe I never used those guys. I might have made them and just never used them. Maybe it's in Briarhoof. So those ones. Oh, it's in here. Okay, we got those guys. There must be an orange one, a blue one. This area is dark, man. Like way too dark. That's where those guys are used. Okay. All right, now we can make some behaviors because we have the artwork in. I guess let's go there so we can make changes and see how it affects it. I don't really have a I don't really have a plan though for these guys. Oh, for like what they could do. The problem is they all feel very chasey, right? Except for the skeleton, maybe. This guy feels like he could chase because he's kind of like a wolf. This guy's kind of like a little minion guy, so he seems like he would chase. And the skeleton, I don't know. I might make all the bullets here blue. Hmm. Whew. It might be okay to make. I mean, we can definitely do like one that just chases and shoots. Maybe similar to like what Forgotten Grove does. Or Forgotten Vale, sorry. Or no, sorry, it's not. It's in Briarhoof, isn't it? Broad biome. Oh, it's still called Enchanted Grove. Oh, well, maybe the other one's in Oh, it's in Fungal Grove. Is that right? Oh, I guess it is. Yeah. Okay. We'll do gap close and attack. Is this the best one though? Okay, yeah. We do something like this for the bush. Obviously we need to make a weapon for him. Cooldown. We have a speed, a running speed, a wait time. I want to do a different projectile, obviously. Mm, white, blue. Let's try that. Oh, it's gonna be a duplicate ID because I didn't generate this when I copy pasted it though. I was wondering why it wasn't regenerated. I guess it reloaded there. Okay, there we go. I think that's a good color. This is a good blue. All right, we probably won't do the spray. Mm, it's actually a decent pattern. I just don't like that I'm already using it. I might just do like a spin though. I might do like geometric instead. We'll do a double attack. I think I did circle. With two. Snowflake bullet pattern incoming. That would be kind of cool. How would I do that? Like I'm trying to think of how I would do one like this. I think Realm has something like this. They end up with like bullets that look like this. Oops, I got kind of. And then they have them on like all ends. What would it be? It would be one there. So you've got four. This would be the two location. I mean, I guess you'd be on both sides, wouldn't you? Two, 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 three, 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 three. It could overlap. I could do one, 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 one. Huh. But then it comes back together. I just don't know. Like I'm just trying to think of how that would. I'm trying to think of how that would generate. I mean, I could definitely do something custom, like very custom for it. I'm just trying to think if there's a way to do it with my geometric sequencer, which basically takes a number and applies an offset to it. So if I did 4, it would be what? I would do here, 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 here. Then I'd go over to here, 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 there. The problem is it doesn't fill anything here. Unless I did, I'm just trying to think of what, because if I'm doing an offset that's fixed like this, then the next one would be over here, if that makes sense. Which ends up causing it to spiral. But if you go left, I don't know. Well, I mean, what I could do, because it has to come back as well. I mean, you could think about it like this, where I'm just going to spawn 1 object, 2 object, 3 object, 4 object, 5 object, 6 object, 7 objects. And when this gets spawned, it just spawns 2 more. Like this. At different radiuses. That's one way. So then I'm just shooting 4 without rotating, and I'm just having it spawn some children. It is hard though, because then for like this one, it needs to be on the other axis. Kind of a tricky one that I guarantee you there's some like math function I can run to generate this. I just do not know what it is. All I can think is you do an alternating thing where you do this, where you do 1, you do a short offset to 2, you do a long offset to 3. Or no, if I do 4, hold on. If I do 4, if I do a 4 and then I do a small offset, this probably makes no sense to you guys. I'm sorry, but I do 1 offset here. Then the second bullet's going to be there. And then I do a big offset to go to here. Hold on. So it's 1, 2, 3. But then what happens? It's got to go here. Let's just I just know it's going to spiral. But there might be like some proper offset. Let's just try a few. All right, count. We'll just do like 20, and delay, we'll just do like 4. And then offset geom is like basically how much of a rotation we do in terms of circles. So 1 would be a full circle. So if I did a bunch of 1 rotations, it's just going to rotate to there and then shoot the next burst. But we're doing a 4. We're doing a 4 with an offset geometry of, if we did 0.25, that would be a 90-degree turn. We want to do 0.25 minus a little bit. So we'll do 0.2. Maybe. But then it's just going to be spinning. It's just going to be spinning this way. Yeah, see how he just spins? He's just spinning to the right. Let's go halfway and then a little bit less. So 0.25 divided by 2.0 minus 0.01. I don't know. I'm just curious to see what it's going to look like. Because you get pretty different patterns when you... I just think the problem is they're always going to turn into a spiral unless I alternate sizes. Like that's just doing half plus a little less. I almost need 2 of these. One that goes this way and then one that goes the other way. Let's try that. That might actually fix this. So we'll do one sequencer which goes this way and we'll do one sequencer this way. We'll spawn them both at the same time. Let me just clean this up. Which means this one will actually just have to spawn another weapon, which shoots 2 weapons. That makes sense. Ow, dude, you're scratching me. Who do I know that does that? I'm trying to think of a monster that shoots a projectile that shoots the projectile. That one. Sorry, hold on. Color projectile. I know Alavarg does this. Alavarg, boss. I think I call it anchor. Yeah, projectile anchor. This one uses a child generator, but we'll do something slightly different. So we'll do an anchor. We'll do the one downside with this though is because I'm spawning a projectile that's shooting something, it's unattached from the monster, but I could have the projectiles die when the monster dies, I think. I just attach that one component to them. Okay, I mean, that's fine, I think. I think it'll be okay. This will have to be the weapon that's on death. Proj.this is self-cast. Yeah, we don't do weapon caster immediate. Oh, we're just gonna take different weapon attacks. Wait, that doesn't take a sequencer? That's fine. We'll do weapon sequencer immediate. Which is probably the better thing to do, but that's fine. We'll do and then eventually we'll make a right version, which is just going to be this, but in the positive direction. Weapon sequencer immediate, this left, and then this proj dot duration 0. So it dies immediately. We'll add a death link, which I think is what I need to do. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work, but. So we should be spawning a projectile that dies instantly and then shoots the projectiles, but it's going to be kind of hard to see, I think. Also, I would have to do 2 of these, wouldn't I? Yeah, now he's firing them. It's also hard because he's unlinked to his weapons. I mean, really what I might need to do is just be able to activate multiple weapons at the same time. Let me feed this cat because it's past his. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I think the proper solution is having. Because yeah, we can now he's spawning it and he's moving. But something like this is what I would need, I think. Also, I'm surprised I don't have a way to do. Oh, I can do a sequencer of sequencers, can't I? I just want to see if this works, and then we'll yeah, geometric sequencer. I think I've got one that's like. Wait, interpolation sequencer. Does that do it? Modifier sequencer. Right turn builder. Oh, right turn builder. What is this? Oh, this was for the worm boss that shoots projectiles that then turn. Oh, I thought I had a sequencer which was just an aggregation of sequencers. I'm surprised I don't have this. Attack, oh, looper sequencer. Looper and looping, okay. Oh, the problem is I need them both to shoot at the same time. I can shoot one right after the other. Sequence right. Barrage 2. It's going to be one tick off, I think, but it'll be close. Let's do this. We're going to change this. We'll just do delta, delta, negative delta. I'm just kind of doing it. There we go. How do I not have a way to spawn? The problem is there's no death link on that, so they just kept shooting. But that pretty much works in terms of like the pattern creation part. I just need a way to issue two sequencers at once. And I think actually, I think I can just do a sequencer that runs sequencers in parallel, probably. And that'd probably be pretty easy to add. We would have to change how the sequencers run though. Like this is pretty close. As you can see, like it's off by one on that. Like on the tip, that's like off by one. Like they're all alternating a little bit. But it's kind of composed of two different sequencers that just need to be run simultaneously. Let's try to build a simultaneous sequencer so we don't do this whole death thing. So let's go to geometric sequencer. We'll copy the whole modifier sequencer. Or no, I'm gonna copy the looper sequencer, I think. Thank you. Yeah, it's coming along. It just takes time. I gotta add art. I gotta add monsters. I gotta come up with ideas. You know, it just takes time to build up to put everything together. Like I just wish I could do this stuff way faster. Looper with what do you call it when something happens in parallel? Simultaneous. Simultaneous sequencer. Runs all attack sequencers. in parallel. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to change the API for this because I think how the sequencers work right now is I only allow the creation of one weapon attack. Or no, maybe I don't. Maybe I just loop. Maybe the outside of this loop is what gets used. Attack iterator next. If false, iteration finished next. Let's see. Current attack delay less than 0. Is Christmas going to be shipped out with the Misty update, or is it going to be a separate update? Yeah, I'm trying to get an update out this Friday, which is going to have part of Misty Peak updated, and then the Christmas stuff. Obviously, I'm just going to get as much Misty Peak stuff as I can get done, which probably won't be very much in the terms of like new dungeons and stuff like that. It'll probably just be biomes will get split up into the new biomes: Frostvale Peak, Brimfang Wilds, and Whispering Cliffs. We'll have 3 new biomes that Misty Peak is going to get replaced by, and those will each have their own theme that I already have. And then the Christmas biome or the winter biome, Frostvale Peak, will have a few new mobs, and then it'll have a Santa Christmas event. Yeah. The length of this one is the maximum of all of the lengths of all of the sequencers. Okay, to get the next one, it's hard though because I need to return 2. Other than maybe moduloing the length to decide which sequencer I'm in. Buddy, you just got food. Hopefully I don't get coal. Did I do that last time? Did I give people coal? I don't think I did that. Maybe I did. I don't remember. No, we didn't get coal last time. Okay, good. Estimate duration. But it would be funny. One of the Santa drops is just coal. If you don't hit soulbound, you just get coal. What did you get from Santa? I got a toy. Santa gave me coal. Santa gave me coal. Okay, obviously these ones need to be rewritten. I'm mostly interested in this one for now, though. Let's try this idea where we do buddy, you're killing me. Ugh. He just pushes this and he keeps pushing it back. Okay, we'll do list index is going to be idx mod length of s.list of all the sequencers. Then we're always getting a valid sequencer. idx minus equals. Oh, I see. Let me look. Let me reference the list sequencer. Oh, but they are sequencers. So I need to get the remainder too, don't I? I mean, it's either I change this API so it returns multiple, or I do this kind of like one at a time thing, which feels a lot more complicated. This is going to be IDX minus s.list length of s.list times list IDX. That's the remainder. Because we basically take the modulo, which is what this is, multiply by the length, and that gives us the base number, and this would be the remainder. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I mean, I guess we can try this. I don't really know what's going to happen if I do this. We'll see. For Rust Veil, and then we'll do comment that out, and we'll do this. Oops. This takes a list of attack sequencers. Seek left, right, comma, left dot. All right. Let's see if that works. I mean, I kind of feel like the correct thing is to have this be able to return multiple. I just don't like returning slices from things like this because it just causes allocations a lot. So, but if I'm only ever calling this from the iterator, the problem is I'm getting 2 weapon attacks. And the weapon attack has a delay. Yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be kind of weird. Oh, we have to register this. All right, let's see. Let us see. I kind of hope it works, but I don't think it's gonna work. I guess if I halved the delay that I was gonna do, because the problem is it's like running this sequencer, then it's running this one, so the delays end up doubling together. Like each sequencer has to finish its own delay. It's not like the delays are getting executed at the same time, which is kind of one of the problems. Like it has to alternate between the two, or however many sequencers there are. It's gonna like go through each of them. But it could work for simple cases. Like this is a pretty simple case where I'm just doing a really low delay. What is my delay? All right, let's turn the delay to 1. I mean, it's pretty close. It is alternating. You can kind of see it's not doing 2 at the same time. One thing that could fix this too, instead of doing multiple, I could literally fix the bug that I've had in this sequencer system, which makes the minimum delay always 1. I'm so confused on why it's going so fast. Try that. Oh, I'm only changing one of them. Sorry, hold on. 2, what did we do? 2 and 2? I was doing it on like 1/2 side. I'm just gonna rebuild really quick just because I don't want it to like mix up the hot reload and not tell me what's going on. I think that'll work. I do think that that would fix that whole problem though. I just fixed that one bug. The problem is I kind of depend on it in a lot of fights, but it's something I do need to fix. Yeah, I mean like that's pretty close, honestly. It's pretty close. It's just alternating, which is not exactly what I want. Let's just look at the code. Because how it works is I have this iterator that gets built on the sequencer, and that's what comes through and pulls the next attack to fire. Estimate DPS, yeah, that's that. And then we have bot. What is this? This is player. Let's just look at the weapon. What is this one for? Oh, it's abilities. Okay. This is bot attack sequencers. So here we pull the next one. The problem is we don't do it in a loop. Like we read the next attack's delay before it runs. But if the next attack delay is 0, it still has to wait until the next tick. So the way to fix this is we look at the future attack. I think I just have to do this. Turn that if into a 4. And while the current attack delay is less than or equal to 0, we just keep looping. And then before we go into it, we decrement. And if this evaluates to false, we jump to the bottom. All right. This is either going to be an infinite loop or it's going to do exactly what we want. The problem though is I think I do rely on 0 delay causing still there to be a 1 tick delay for a lot of fights. So I might just need to do like a printout of every single of every single weapon that does weapon attack that does 0 delay so that I can make sure it's correct. Because just based off how it was written, it always does at least a 1 tick delay. But if my calculations are correct, nope, that did not look any better. So strange. I don't understand. Hmm. Oh, because they all have a 2 delay. Like in my head, I was thinking, oh, I'll just make this 0, but then all the bullets are gonna get shot at once. It's like I want both of these to shoot at the same time, and then I want it to do a delay. Hmm. I wonder if I go to Alvarg now, if some of the attacks are gonna. Oops. Yeah, I mean, I can't tell if that's less delay now. This is probably more precise. It does feel a little tighter, but I don't know. This is kind of a tricky one, honestly. Now that we have this, though, let's go look at the simultaneous sequencer again. Probably the right thing to do is I want to look at the geometric sequencer. What gets changed in here? Offset geom. Oh, I change it on the weapon attack here. Okay, that's fine. Perfect. So as long as I'm able to modify stuff internally, because I think I do a copy. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just kind of thinking through. I think what I'm going to do is this actually. I think this will work as well. Um, I'll make sure that these always have a delay of 0 because I don't want the delay to propagate on the internal sequencer. I want the delay to be on the simultaneous part. So then it'll shoot both of the sequencers and then do the delay. And then in here, I'll do current delay int. Or maybe I need a weapon attack actually. Um, Because when you spawn one, yeah, the one gets subtracted the next tick, and then it goes to 0, and then it runs. Okay. But I still have to pop off a attack. No, all I have to do is when I return the last, I don't have to even track this internally. All I have to do is iterate through this. Oh, it's so weird. It's so awkward though, because it's like I have this index, which is just constantly incrementing for the next attack. I need to double check how this works. Peak. What bumps the index? Every time the weapon delay goes to 0. The index, hold on. We do a next. Yeah, we peak the next one. So it's really the delays from the first one. So we have to do it on that, okay. But whenever this goes to 0, then we do the delay. So really all we have to do is add a delay to this. I don't know why this is an error. Oh, because the parentheses or something? Okay. So for the very first attack per each iteration of this modulo, or no, this would do it for, yeah, we want to do if. We'll do if not okay. We'll just return. Otherwise, we'll do if list idx equals 0. Add a delay to the first attacks, the first sequencer's attack. So add a delay to the first sequencer's attack, and then the other ones will run with 0 delay. Oops. Else the delay is 0. And then yeah, that coupled with the other change we made should do this, I think. Okay, let's give it a shot. I hope this works. See, this is a case where I still have a little bit of coupling in this package with a lot of complicated code. And what ends up happening is it causes everything to rebuild. Even though I'm not changing all that much stuff. This is a package back from when I tried to keep features together, like weapons are in one package called wep. So then I changed behavioral stuff and it just rebuilds everything. Though I mean this stuff's pretty rare that I have to do stuff like this, but it does happen from time to time. I think project organization is like one of the hardest things in software engineering. That and like data modeling. It's all about relationships. All right. Of course, I spawn into one of those. All right, Frostvale Crest. Let's find our guy. There he is. Oh, perfect. He moved a little bit. I don't know why that was, but oh, it's probably the length. They usually delay based off of how long it takes them to shoot their weapon. But now it's working perfectly simultaneous. Let's mess around with this now. Like the two sequencers, one is going this way and one of them's going this way, and they're working simultaneously, which is nice. Let's go back though and look. We'll increase the delta to 0.02 so it rotates a little bit more quickly. Delay of force seemed fine. I don't know. I don't know why he's not moving. Hold on, let me fix this. Let me fix this bug in the duration calculation. This should return the number of ticks that it's going to take to get through all of that. So really, the length of this is going to be s dot delay times length of s dot list. Because for every single time we go through the list, we execute all of the sequencers simultaneously, and then we do the delay. So we just have to return that, I'm pretty sure. Base damage, I usually just get the first bullet, and this is for like some internal DPS calculations that I do sometimes. Copy list. I think I can just use slice. I think there's a function for this now, slices.clone. Hold on, let me close this before it goes on a clone returns a copy of the slice. Yeah. I'll leave the to do. I usually don't need to do a. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to do that. Because for every single one, I do a deep copy. So that's fine. Get first attack. That's for targeting usually. Get projectile count. That's for DPS calculation. I think this, it's weird though, because I feel like this is going to be. Oh no, because it probably thinks it's 0. I think this is right though. All right, let's try that. Let's try that. Bum bum. Bum bum. Oh, we never listened to music today. Crazy. That's whatever, I guess, but yeah, this build is insane. That's one of the downsides of Go interfaces is it forces you to implement the interface in like the right in like a specific package. So that kind of messes up my data modeling a little bit, my package organization. Nice, still moving too early. It's kind of it's a decent pattern, honestly. It's not like exactly. I could maybe do sequencers that do oscillator sequencers. They kind of like wiggle out and wiggle back in. These ones are geometric, so they only go in one direction. Yeah, let's try this. Let's just try. I just want to see like what this, the potential of this system is. Hold on, I'm going to delete some of this stuff that we don't use anymore. Because we just added this feature that we can do 2 sequencers at once. I'm just curious like what sort of stuff we can do with it. So we did the geometric one. Let's do the interp sequencer. All right, we have attack, count, delay, interp, and then this. That's the new values. The interp function, I think I'm just gonna do like a sign or something like that. I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, sign func, interp, sin func. I genuinely do not know what to put in here. I guess this would be like your frequency increment val. We'll just do 1. Oh, it's a float. Maybe we'll do 0.1. I don't know. But I think we'll do a sine function on one side and we'll do a cosine function on the other. All right, then we have radius, frequency, and shift y. I think this will be 0. Frequency, we'll do, I don't know, 1. And then radius, 1. I don't know, honestly. I have no idea what this is gonna look like. I very rarely use these ones. So I just don't remember like how they get turned into I don't remember how they get turned into like rotations on a circle. Like I can't remember if it's in radians or if it's in 1 equals a circle. So we'll have to experiment a little bit. It's weird that it's like going in the same direction. Count 20, delay 0. We'll do 0.1, I guess. I'm curious what I just want to see what one side looks like. Oh, now it's looking different. Hold on. Okay, don't die. All right, I'm just gonna up his cooldown because I'm just getting frustrated with him moving so much, or I'm just gonna make him stop. Yeah, like never makes it back down. I think the frequency is too low, or the increment value is too low, or both. Man, he just keeps moving. Stop running. It's funny, I don't think I can set the speed to 0 though. Oh no, I guess I can, because it's not an override. All right, let's just set a speed to 0. Also, it could just be failing to build for some reason. making me think I'm changing something, and it's not. But it looks like it's building. Yeah, so there it's just like it's moving so much in the circle that it's just picking like a new random spot. Let's change this to be um 0.1. And we want to go higher frequency though. So let's go 5 frequency. Yeah, so now he's like kind of going back and forth. 2 frequency. All right, that's a little bit better. Or let's do that same number, but for the other side now. 2 with a radius of 0.1. This will be the right side. So then we should have one going out one way and coming back the other. I guess I caught it before the reload. Oh, I know what it is. It's because cosine looks like this, or this is sine, and then cosine's this. Oops. Or what is it? Like this or something, right? So then they're starting at different spots. What I really want to do is have the other side be a negative sign. Or I want to do a sine with a negative frequency. Or I could do a negative increment val. I'll just do negative frequency though. Let's try that. I love geometry. Okay, that was a little bit better. Oh, and the radius determines how far it's going to go. It must be in radians. So that means we'll do 2 times math.pi divided by, well, 2 pi is a circle. We'll divide by 4. Because we're shooting perpendicular to each other, so we want to only want the rotation to go, no, we probably want the rotation to go 1/8 of a circle. So we'll do 8. Because we've got one here and we've got one here, and we want them to meet in the middle, kind of. Or maybe not all the way in the middle, but something like that. Now the radius, why would that affect this though? Uh, -2. Let's do -0.2. Did it build? I'm just gonna rebuild really quick. Sometimes I don't trust the hot reloader. Like if I think there's a bug somewhere, because sometimes it'll like start rebuilding and then I'll make a change while it's rebuilding and I won't notice. Then I'll just spend time like not able to figure out what the bug is, but the bug I already fixed, and then I end up undoing the bug, and then it does rebuild then. Let's find a bush. I don't think it's coming back though. I think it's just going around. Let's just go look at the insert sequencer code. Offset angle. Okay, it is out of 1. Okay. So I was just way off on that. I should have just looked at this rather than trying to guess. There's just too many little numbers. Is the river in there ice or just water? It's just water, sorry. It would be cool to be like, I mean, what I could maybe do is check the biome. If it's frost veil, turn water into ice. I don't think I can. It's probably not going to make you slippery, but I don't know if this is going to get into the patch, to be honest. Just a heads up. I don't know if this is going to make it in for Friday. I'll try. I'll do what I can, but yeah. It's not too hard of a check. It's just I don't think I can make it slippery. That might be a little bit complicated. Because I don't really like characters don't really have any momentum to them. All right, let's just do one. I'm gonna go ahead and just make this freak. It's a good idea though. I remember seeing that and thinking, oh, that'd be a cool thing to do, and then I couldn't think of a way to do it. And then when you mentioned it, I was like, oh, I could just do this. It's going too far though. I don't know. Let's try let's make the frequency 1.5. The thing I'm worried about is that it's gonna keep like it's not coming back. It's just continuing over. I think. It's hard. It's really hard to tell. Oh, what I can do is this. I can just do red on one half and then blue on the other half. That way I can see if it's coming back or if it's continuing on. Oh, it is coming back. Okay. It's just such a weird intersection. I don't know why I don't really understand why it's not smooth. Or maybe it is, it just gets clumped up. Wonder how this will look. That looks a little bit better. It's kind of, I don't understand why it's doing that though. Like why the bottom is coming so close. I wonder if I just need them to be, the delay to be longer or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, it's coming along. It's just weird. It's weird how it scrunches. I can't really think of why that's happening. I get that it's kind of like zigzagging back. Oh, it's probably doing that because everything's shot out of on a circle. I wonder if I do this. If I make the start distance shorter. Why would that affect it though? It's a weird one. It's almost like it because it's a sine wave. I guess it's because it's a sine wave. It's not like an ease. It's not terrible though. Um, I'm gonna do 6, and then I'm gonna do a slower speed. I think by default I always do like 100. Yeah, so we'll do 80. Let's see how that looks. Actually, I think I might know why. Hold on. Never mind. My theory was busted. Myth busted. Yeah, I was thinking target future position, no follow. Yeah, I don't want to target. I want to target unaimed. I mean, it's not terrible. It's decent. At least it's novel. It does get hard because I feel like I just run out of bullet patterns to do. So it's cool to have this new sequencer that runs 2 sequencers at once. This is also why it's good to start early and balance going later. Because if I started later, I'd be doing really basic attacks, and then earlier on, I'd be having more complicated ones. This is like a more complicated attack, so it's good to have it later on in the game, I feel like. Decent though. All right, let's give him some movement again. We'll give him 100, and cooldown we'll do like 4 seconds. Ooh, bless me. The bolts are a little bit close, so you can't really dive in. I also want to make the range larger. I'm gonna make it 80. We're fighting, we're fighting. I mean, it's decent. It's a little tight, but you can also dash in. Let's make this long. Let's make it more, what's it called? I'm gonna double the count. Now they do like 2 circles. Really, I think the play is to do like 45 or something like that. Like just enough so it gets all the way back to a full circle. Oh, not, I want to do like 25, I think. Probably has some relationship to my frequency, but I'm gonna kill one of these guys. Let's do 24. Oh, 24. All right, perfect. Can I make him aim? I'm just curious if he'll shoot diagonally. I don't. I guess it would make sense, wouldn't it? Might not work though. No, he only shoots to the right. That is kind of a bug, I guess, but we'll just leave it unaimed. I don't know why it wouldn't start over there. But some sequencers are kind of not super well built, like circles and stuff like that, and geometric patterns. I am kind of surprised that that one doesn't work, but I guess it's whatever. All right, anyways. Anywho, all right, that's one monster done. Pretty simple one, but I think he does a big spray, so it's kind of a big coverage, which is kind of nice. All right, we've got this guy next, maybe. If I was a skeleton, what would I do? I'm gonna make the skeleton more of a caster because I think that the wolf guy is gonna be a chaser as well. Let's give him a simple outer shell, behavior shell. Obviously he's gonna move a lot slower, maybe 60, maybe 70. He'll have to get a weapon. I'm gonna give him a range of 120. We'll play with that stuff, but let's go ahead and give him a weapon next. Weapon. Skeleton Frost. All right. For some reason, when I think of skeletons, I think of like them shooting something that explodes into other things. I think I'm gonna have him shoot a fan of big blue projectiles that explode into small blue projectiles. I have a large, it's called like large white. Color projectile blue. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just delete all this stuff. Give it a gid. We won't do the simultaneous. We'll just do a list sequencer, which is pretty simple because it's just attacks, attack fan. And this will do 3 barrages. Maybe I'll do 5. Attack fan. Oh, we need the spread, which will be 0.5, 0.25 maybe. And then this projectile, we want to have a global on death. I wonder if I could do a small version. Maybe I do. Oh, that's cool. Okay, instead of shooting 5, we'll do 3, but the weapon sequencer immediate. We'll make a snowflake sequencer, which will just be the other one, but a little bit more tighter, I think. Now we're cooking. Hold on. This might be a little bit of we'll do this, and this is going to be this one. Simultaneous sequencer equals this. Yeah. Okay. We want that. Small proj. Small proj. I could do it in thirds. I'm gonna do it in thirds. I don't want it to be this like huge, massive thing because it's 3 of them. So I want it to be a smaller thing. So we'll do slow speed. We'll do like 40, and we'll do duration is gonna be I don't even remember what I do the default as anymore. We'll just do 2 seconds, I guess. Okay. That should be good. All right, so then we'll just shoot this snowflake sequencer. And that should be it, I think. Let's just rebuild because I don't want to. Kind of a large change. So it should just shoot 3 big bullets that explode and shoot out little snowflakes. I'm going to have to change. I'm going to have to tweak these interp functions because I think they're going to be too slow, but they probably shoot too many bullets as well. He's not shooting for some reason. Oh, he's not aiming either. I mean, it's actually not bad. I might make him, instead of doing a fan, just do a circle. This proj needs to be way less. So we'll do it really close. 1 Mississippi, maybe like they're there. Oops, I almost killed him. I kind of like that. All right, that's cool. We're gonna do 1500 milliseconds, and we're gonna do one other thing. Oh yeah, I wanted to change his thing to aim. Target current position. So we'll target the current position. The cooldown's fine. The problem with this range is when he gets inside of range, he just stands still. And that's more of a behavioral fix that I need to do. Do I have any better? I really need to formalize like a basic. I've tried to do this like 3 different times, and I have like 3 different behaviors that I throw in these guys. This one's decent, but the problem is I make it too low. He's got to get to a certain. Has to get really close and never makes it. Otherwise, I get far away and he just stands there. Like now he sees me, but if I hover around him, he just stands still. I'm gonna make these live a little longer. 3 seconds. And we'll decrease this range. I don't know. That's pretty good. Wink. Okay. I'm happy with that. Oh, his loot table's wrong, I guess. Did I not fix that? Or I mean, his loot table might not be wrong, but he's dropping. Oh no, I think I remember the loot tables can drop one below and one above. Maybe not one above anymore, but maybe just one below. All right, I kind of like that. Very snowflakey. I think I'm gonna do this for all of the whole Santa fight's just gonna be weird patterns like this. It's kind of fun to make these. It does feel a little bit like a snowflake. It is weird that the backside's like flat though. I don't really understand why that happens. Like I just yeah, I don't know. Hmm. Because isn't the slope here the same but inverted of the slope there? I don't know. Whatever. This might be kind of a hard. I might need to. This might be too much for these guys. I might need to put some of these on this thing because this is a lot of bullets. That's the problem with fun patterns like this, is it just gets overwhelming really fast. But it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, next I guess the wolf. The wolf man. Hmm. I was thinking something fangs maybe from what was the snakes? The snakes I did in worm. Are they in the worm one? No, they're in the snake. Mm-hmm. Parallel fan. I actually think the green one's a little harder. Let's take the bush frost again for the beast man. Bot, target, current, position, no follow. I should make the default of current position to be no follow. Like this is a better behavioral tree than this one. because it's basically like a shoot behavior. Then it's pursue and then wander. All right, let's try this though, and just see how it looks. And then I might go back and I might make all of them this behavioral tree. I just feel like my temptation is to like, how can I formalize like one behavior set? But then I always need to customize it somehow, and then it always breaks down on me. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just grab this because I don't like him acting like this. Let's just grab the inside. And then if I want it to stop when it shoots, I can easily do that. All right, let's see. A lot of beast people. Make them a little faster. I mean, it's decent. I guess. I guess. Okay. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end the stream here, everybody. Thank you all for stopping in. We got a few new mobs in and some new artwork and all that, so I'm pretty happy with it, how it's turned out. So we'll do these. I still need to do this guy, and then I'll use these for the set piece probably. That'll be the Christmas event, and we made a little snowman. I did that today as well. But yeah, it's coming along. Coming along quite well, I think. Just gotta keep on keeping on. So I also need to add these guys, these little ninjutsus. But yeah. And this biome has tons of things already. I don't need to add anything there. So except maybe some decorations. This could use some decorations for sure. So maybe some dead trees or something. Maybe some like tribal flags. Maybe this is better for that biome actually. Like some of these. Yep. I'll do that. Anyways. Thank you all for stopping by. Have a good rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time. All right. Bye.